You wake up in the morning. When does everybody get up early or?
It was late.
People. Yeah, it was like midnight by the time you guys went to sleep, at least.
I mean, but get up before the interviews.
Yeah.
I would get up like right before the interview
6 o'clock.
starts. Yes.
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. No,
Yeah,
probably
I'm
not.
just gonna see if I can
10
find any food around the house.
10:30.
What time do you think we went to sleep, considering...
I think
It
I
was
went
like-
about 2
Yeah,
o'clock.
like 12 or 1.
We just don't see you for the interview process at all.
Yeah, Aizen, you find no food. So unless you brought food with you, there's really nothing to eat here.
I just hear my stomach go.
Oh, if only we had a paladin that could create food and drink.
That would be great.
Well, I pull out my parchment and I add on my shopping list just food.
Food. Just general food.
Food in big cap letters. Food.
We should have had on the invitation for the applicants, must bring snacks.
I mean, if any of them, I will say, if any of them bring food, that will definitely boost their chances of being hired. Housewarming gifts for a company. Company warming gifts, but yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So do you guys do anything before the applicants arrive?
See, it's only 6 o'clock. What time living in Akkadia, I would know what time shops open. So what?
It depends on what you're looking for. If you just want to go grocery shopping, probably 6, 7.
Okay.
You could, if you went down to the wharf, down to the docks, so like the open air bazaar, they would open before dawn because they're bringing in fish and stuff for market that people didn't use to make meals.
Okay.
So it's a big enough city that at any time of day you could, if you know what you're looking for, find what you want.
Okay. A thought just occurred to me. What are we going to do with the bodies?
Yeah, they're still just laying there.
I'm sure it's starting to smell
I'm sure
pretty
we
bad.
can. I'm sure they'd be very good for research.
So you got up at 6, right?
Fortunately, there's no blood or anything.
Just grab one of those brooms and sweep them off.
Well, Aizen doesn't
Push
know
brooms.
that Lillith is sleeping in the cellar. So I'm actually going to grab one of the bodies and I'm going to take it down into the cellar.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, I'm going to grab both of the bodies
So
at
you're
the
just
same
going to
time.
wake me
Yeah.
up by throwing a corpse in my room.
Yep.
Chuck them down the stairs.
Yep. All I'm doing is chucking them down the stairs. I'm
Okay.
not going downstairs or anything. I'm just chucking them down there.
Okay, so
'Cause I'll handle that later when I get back
I,
home.
Lillith, what is your passive perception? Is only an 11.
My passive perception?
Yeah, no. So you are awakened by 2 corpses falling on top of you.
I feel like, oh, well, buy me dinner first.
Yeah.
Do I hear him? To her?
If you say that out loud, yeah.
Yes.
Lillith, is that you?
Indeed.
Oh, I didn't realize anyone was sleeping down there. Are you all right?
Quite so.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go and buy some groceries for the household.
I'm going to now clean my room.
I didn't realize that was your room. I apologize. And I quickly shuffle out.
Okay. when you push the corpses off of you, like one of his arms falls off.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the lady's you push her, some of the skin just sloughs off. They're now rapidly decomposing.
I'm going to, is there any type of cloth or...
Not down there, but you could,
Yeah.
find some old towels, tea towels in the kitchen.
Something like a rug or something to wrap them up in and just carry them out.
There are old rugs in various places. The biggest one is in the hallway on the main floor. It's a big runner.
So, just something to wrap them up in so they don't fall to pieces on the floors when I'm carrying them.
So is that the rug that you want? The big runner rug that's in the big hallway downstairs?
That might be a little too big for me.
Yeah, and when you look at it, it looks like there's something depicted on it, almost like a tapestry.
It seems important.
Seems like somebody was trying to get to this in the last episode.
Oh, I'm just mentioning it again because nobody looked at it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'll look at it. What is it?
Oh, okay.
Show us.
So you look at this runner rug. When you do, it seems to be an intricate depiction of a slaying of some kind of beast. Like there is a man, like a half-elven man, wearing silver plate armor that seems to be fighting various undead creatures, running down the length of this rug until he gets to the end where it shows him in one scene fighting what looks like an orcish vampire. It's this kind of pale-skinned orc that has these giant... Normally they have like teeth that poke up from the bottom, but this also has big fangs and looks kind of like gaunt and vampiric in appearance. Shows him fighting this, then beheading it, and then standing triumphantly with the severed head under his boot.
Can I make a history check? Maybe something about Akkadia's history that records of this?
Sure.
17 plus 7. Gotta love mine.
24.
Yep, 24.
Yeah. You recall, now that you're looking at this was the Akkadian Defenders headquarters. Before that, Guard headquarters. Before that, Silverheart Manor. And you remember that Alistair Silverheart was a hero in the War of Undeath who slew one of the Lich's generals, who was an orcish vampire.
That might be important later. So, anything else it tells me other than...
You remember that the Silverheart family lived here. It was an extended family. And then the manor was inherited by Guard. It was, bequeathed to Guard by the high priest at the time because there was something strange going on after the whole Silverheart family mysteriously disappeared. There's no records of what actually happened when Guard inherited it, but that's how they got it.
What time would you say it is right now, the time of day?
Well, it was about 6 a.m. when the corpses were thrown on you.
So could I spend maybe an hour or two in the library, see if I can find any records of the family?
Yeah, of course. You can attempt to do that. I'll say, since you're searching through a library, it'll be investigation. But since that's kind of what you do, and it's because of your background, I'll give you advantage.
That's good, because I just got a 7. And a 10, so 17.
Okay. While Lillith is doing that, what is everyone else doing?
I'm going shopping.
Okay. Do you have anything in mind? We'll just say you can go shopping if you
Just
don't want to
like,
role play grocery shopping. That would be some riveting audio.
Just some like eggs and like salted
Eggs and
meats
milk.
and stuff
Yeah, you can
like
do
that.
that.
Stuff that I know isn't going to perish.
Yeah,
very quickly.
I mean, how much do you want to buy? And that'll determine how much money you spend.
Enough to stock the pantries.
The pantries are pretty big,
Okay.
but could say maybe for...
I'm willing to spend about maybe 100 of my own gold.
Wow, that is an enormous amount of gold for groceries.
Maybe my economy scale isn't.
If you spent 100 gold, you could buy lots of really nice food, dry goods, fresh meat, and fish and eggs and veggies. You could buy new cookware. You could buy.
Shoot, I'm gonna do it.
You could
I'm gonna
buy
spend
like
100
some
wine. Some what?
malt.
Yeah, you could buy wine. You could buy beer.
I prefer mead.
I'm spending 100 gold on groceries.
Yeah, so I'll say, and since you're buying that much, you'll just get a discount. You can buy enough to just fill the pantries, and you have to hire somebody to bring all this food. And it's you notice there were no dishes, so you also buy new flatware and.
Is the hiring somebody within that 100 gold?
Yeah, we'll say that's in the cost. If you're going to one place and you're like, hey, I'm going to drop 100 gold.
Feels like I went to Publix.
Yeah.
They're bringing my groceries to my car.
You went to
everything.
World Market.
Yeah, there we go.
You went to, yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
I guess that takes me at least 2 hours.
Yeah, that would take you as long as it would take Lillith to do this research.
Yep.
What was Hawthorne doing then in this couple of hours?
I was asleep.
Just sleeping. Okay.
Yeah.
Pip also sleeping, or?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, yeah. So Lillith, after you look through these books, they're in kind of an unusual arrangement. They're not just like, in the normal kind of library subject arrangement. They're arranged by like, these are all maps, and these are all recipes, and these are all, but eventually you find some things about Akkadian history. And when you're looking around, you discover that there's actually a book about Guard in the library that they must have decided, hey, well, this is funny, we'll buy this. In it, it mentions that after Guard was founded and they started working in the defense of Akkadia, they were bequeathed the manor, and it says they solved a haunting in the manor that was where the Silverheart family itself was haunting the manor because the patriarch, Alistair Silverheart, was actually ended up being a worshiper of Asmodeus and was sacrificing his family members to an altar in a secret room in the cellar. There was actually, against most regulations for the city, a small family burial plot where all of their sacrifice remains were deposited. And that's how that he got away with it, because he didn't have to go through normal means where everyone in Akkadia is typically buried either outside the city walls for fear of undeath or cremated. So that's how he got away with it.
Would I know it's the same door where Rolf is?
You don't know for sure, but I mean, that's the only secret room you found in the cellar.
So, with the visions of the blood, I'm probably speculating something's going on still. So, I would like to conduct a ritual.
Okay.
Called the binding ritual to see if I feel a spirit's presence.
Okay. Is this one of your witch things? Yeah. Remind me what you actually do with that, if you don't mind.
It's 10 minutes of uninterrupted meditation.
Okay. Do you do anything special like Lillith, like in-game? Do you light candles, or do you do you dance? Do you
No, it's highly witch ritualistic. There's candles and
you burn
alchemic
sage
circles and runes.
That would be an odd smell to smell in the morning.
Do you get naked? That's the thing some witches do, I think. I don't know.
I think.
No, it's
I don't think this ritual.
That's the rumor.
undisclosed rumor.
Okay.
But no, it's more of like an alchemy circles and runes. Maybe a little bit of blood magic.
Cool. So you conduct this elaborate ritual, after which you make contact with 2 different spirits on the premises.
Oh, wow.
One of them is a spirit of sorrow. You get the sense that this is coming from a woman who was deeply betrayed, who was hurt by someone she trusted, who lost everything that she had before she then lost her own life.
If I would have known all this, I would have talked to her in a whole different manner.
The other spirit is a spirit of hate. He is a man who was kind of against his will transformed, and who then spent his entire life in service to something that he didn't even want to be in service to, and who had to fill his days with just anger and hatred and vile acts.
That would explain some things. So, would I require the need of speak with the dead to actually speak with them?
Speak with the dead would not work in this situation because you don't have a... Or does it? Read Speak with the Dead. What does it say? I don't remember.
Yes. Let me look it up for you real quick. Speak with the dead. You grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range.
Ah, yeah. So no, that would not work because there is no corpse.
Okay. So I would,
I was right.
indeed. So how, I guess I would just naturally understand their feelings through the ritual?
Yes. That's what I'm adjudicating.
Okay.
It makes sense. You know. From your research, you're guessing this is probably the spirit of hate is of Alistair Silverheart, and the other one is probably from his wife, Lady Silverheart, whom you didn't discover her name.
Okay, so I would, yes, I got some cool things to do. I guess while I figured this out, does anybody else want to do something?
Like every halfling should. I'm just getting my beauty sleep.
As you're in the middle of this ritual, Aizen, you come home with all of these groceries. You smell like weird incense smells, and you're like loading up all these groceries. You have no idea what's going on.
What's going on in here?
I would be very unable to respond. It might interrupt the ritual.
Yeah, if you go into the great room, to the study, you see Lillith.
I'm not going to go in all the way. I'm just going to kind of crack the door and just
peek
kind of
in.
see what's going on.
You see Lillith like on her knees in the middle of some kind of magic circle she's drawn on the floor. There's like incense burning.
I'm just going to slowly close that door back. And I'm going to start putting away all the groceries in the house. And pretend I didn't see anything of that. I'm going to start cooking breakfast.
Okay.
Stoke the fire in the oven. Mm-hmm. Make some...
Do you know how to cook?
What skill check is this going to be? What's a cooking skill check in D&D?
Depends on the kind of cooking. If it's just like basic, like survival kind of cooking, then survival.
Check.
Yeah, if it's like fancy food, I would say like performance, maybe like a wisdom performance check.
Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to make some like omelets in the house, but it's going to have like bacon, sausage.
Okay, yeah, I would say like survival.
Survival?
Like a survival check.
I was putting oregano in there.
You got,
oh, yeah.
The only thing you can do to an omelet is burn it.
Yeah.
So I was just going to make something simple. My father loved omelets. We had omelets just about every morning, and it's been my favorite meal for breakfast. Oh, God.
We'll say if you're cooking something that you cook every day, you'll have advantage.
Okay. That would have been a 5. Okay, that's much better. That's a 21.
Okay, yeah, you make perfect omelets.
Beautiful.
For everybody. And as you were mentioning, like good halflings should, Pip and Hawthorne, you are awakened by the smell of cooking bacon and eggs. Ooh. Yeah.
What time is it at this point?
Probably like 8 a.m., 8:30, you know, maybe
with my sleep cycle.
Getting towards 9 a.m.
I'm making omelets for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a good deal.
I'm putting seasonings and stuff that I think is going to attribute to their
and you have like brand new cookware and stuff. You just nail it.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's a little bit of beer cooked into it. I seasoned the bacon in with.
Yes.
That's for Pip.
Yeah. Stout bacon.
Hawthorne, I felt like he needed a lot of iron, so I put...
I put some iron filings. No.
Some iron chains.
Yep. I don't even know what foods have iron, so I put
leafy green vegetables.
Yeah, okay. He's got a lot of...
Spinach, kale,
he's got a lot of,
broccoli.
Like, kale and spinach in there, yeah.
Spinach omelet's good.
Yeah. Lillith.
We're just talking about food now. What else do you guys like in omelets? Let's talk about that. Forget this D&D thing.
Yes. What type of food would I eat?
Lillith gets a very just plain like bacon and eggs omelet because I just don't know what to do with her.
She's a hard lady to read.
No
and
cheese
I kind
or
of
anything.
like push it on like after I do hers first, and I push it underneath the I just kind of opened the door and just set it right there.
So
Like, you're just like putting it in this down the trap door.
Yeah.
Oh no, you mean in the
Library.
in the
one.
yeah,
I am
you
going to
just
make
kinda
raw
set it in
food.
there.
Well, not making raw food. He
Okay,
doesn't-
yeah.
He doesn't
I mean,
eat.
Yeah.
So you made pretty much like a scrambled egg.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So, then Lilith, have you figured out what you're doing with this binding?
Yes. Seeing as how I'm belong to the Covenant of Charm, I will try to befriend the Spirit of Sorrow
Okay.
while casting a spell of what is it? It's a Spirit Ward to protect me from that spirit of hate.
Okay. Cool. What does that spell do?
That spell is a third level. You learn a third level for class.
Mm-hmm.
You learn the right that offers protection against spirits who wish you and your allies harm. As an action, you can create a spirit ward with a radius of 30 feet, centered on your location. The ward lasts 1 minute and is stationary for the duration.
Okay.
While inside the ward, friendly creatures, yourself included, cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by undead and have resistance to all damage from incorporeal undead sources. Additionally, if a friendly creature is reduced to 0 hit points within the ward but is not killed outright, the creature becomes stable.
Cool.
Yes.
So, when you cast Spirit Ward, you feel the presence of that spirit of hate disappear. Like, you don't sense it in your area anymore. And the spirit of sorrow, her presence becomes stronger. And then you see, in your trance, manifested before you, you see with your witch eyes, a tall elven lady, very pale skin, long blonde hair, pale blue silk gown, appear before you. And she says, "Thank you. He has been tormenting me even now after my demise."
Who are you, and who was he?
She says, "My name is Lady Elia Silverheart. I was Alistair's wife for many decades. He was a great hero, but what was unknown to me and the rest of our family is that in his battle, which everyone proclaimed as a wondrous victory, he was bitten by the orcish vampire general, Croth, and became a vampire himself. She says this curse was stronger than normal vampirism, and given his state in Akkadian society, he desired to hide this, but the curse grew within him and drove him to unspeakable acts. He became a worshipper of Asmodeus. He sacrificed my beautiful children, one by one, until he finally sacrificed me."
I'll feel sympathy toward her and her sad story. I'll then offer my hand and say, "You can bind. I can bind you to me, and together we will seek justice for your family, and perhaps find peace in your rest."
She takes your hand, which you can kind of feel is like a cool, like tingling in your palm and your fingers, and she says, "Thank you."
And with the verbal confirmation, the rite of the binding is complete.
Yeah. And then she kind of slowly dissipates, and you feel that cooling sensation kind of spread through your body as you are bound to Lady Silverheart, a spirit of sorrow.
All right.
This is touching.
This is like the most serious thing that happened all the time.
Breakfast. Bacon.
Anyway, yeah, then Lilith, you see a plate with an omelet and some bacon on it in front of the door.
Like, oh, when did that get there? Already the gifts of the undead.
It's a ghost omelet. Now what?
Eating breakfast.
I'm up now.
At the breakfast table, I'm gonna talk to Hawthorne and be like, Mr. Flaxtop,
Yes.
there's the shed outside could use your assistance.
Did you make this breakfast?
Well, yes, I did.
You were saying something about a shed.
Yes. There's a shed outside with a mechanism I tried to enter the shed last night, but I was unable to open the shed, and it nearly stabbed my hand off. I was wondering if you could go outside and take a look at it, seeing as you're proficient with mechanicry and whatnot.
Yes, I can take a look. Absolutely.
Okay, please don't get your hand stabbed off. We might need it.
Oh, you're saying there was a...
It was a long needle that jutted out from the mechanism itself.
I'll be wary of that.
Okay.
Okay, so are you going to go check that out then?
Yeah.
Okay, what does everybody else do? Are they going to go with? Or
I'm going to enjoy my plain omelet.
cool. So Hawthorne, you go with Aizen out to the workshop, in quotes. You don't know what it actually is, and he shows you where the door is, so you don't have to make a check to find it.
Okay.
But if you want to figure out the mechanism, I would take another investigation check.
Yes, I would like to do that.
I'll say since you are an artificer, I will give you advantage.
That is investigation.
Yes.
That is going to be a 14.
You think you know how it works,
All right.
and you are proficient with thieves' tools, right?
yes.
Okay, so you can make a dexterity check and add your proficiency if you're using these thieves' tools
Okay.
to manipulate the
Well, is this
device.
to try to break the lock, or actually try to do it properly?
It's just to open it. Yeah, it won't like break
I'm
it.
just
but you're-
I'm just gonna like be biting my knuckle. Like, please
Yeah.
be careful.
All right. Here goes. This is a tricky one. Let's see. I'm gonna make this look very difficult.
Okay.
All right.
What'd you get?
I got a 22.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it look very difficult.
You're trying to deceive him.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Do I need to make a check?
Yeah. What's your passive insight is like 15. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know he's just messing with you. He's hamming it up.
Let's go. Oh. Clink.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
you kind of twirl these gears around, and it kind of forms into this circle within circles that looks like kind of like the orientation of the different kind of planes that touch the material plane, like astral, ethereal, and and then it kind of clicks open, and the door just swings open.
I'll stand up with a flourish. Aizen, after you.
No, you did all the work. You go ahead.
All right. I'll take out a coin and light it up with my little glowiness
Yeah.
power and start flicking it up in the air. Kind of flipping it and walk in.
Okay.
You know, I have a coin too.
Does yours glow?
No,
You walk in.
nothing. It's nothing magical about my coin.
You walk in. The light illuminates pretty much the entire inside of this building. You see long work tables, shelves, benches, strange devices. As you keep looking around, you see like broken alchemical equipment. You see flasks and vials, and you see things that have odd, like, monster bits in them, and everything is covered in a very thick layer of dust. And it smells very musty and almost like acrid. There's kind of like an ozone quality to the air in here.
They're like, smells like the university.
I think we're going to need to let this air out a little bit.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of us could get some use out of this building.
Exactly. I think that Lillith doing whatever she does. I walked in on her earlier in the library doing some kind of what looked like a ritual.
She's an odd one.
She is. She is.
Do you then explore the entirety of this workshop, or do you just kind of leave it?
Only if anything super stands out.
Make a perception check for me.
I'm gonna do the same. Woo!
10.
24.
Aizen, you notice the rear of the workshop. There is kind of a 5x5 section of the floor and the back wall that looks kind of less dusty than the rest. Mm-hmm. And there is a second layer of some kind of metal welded on top of these sections of the wall and the floor.
Okay. I go up to it and I kind of sweep it around, clear the dust off.
Do you see something over there, Aizen?
Oh, yes. Come check this out.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I just sweep up the dust, try to get a better look at it.
Yeah.
Push that away. You're getting dust everywhere.
Does it look like I can maybe lift it up?
No, it's welded shut.
Welded shut?
Yeah.
So it looks like a trapdoor that's been welded shut.
Yeah, like a trapdoor or some kind of door of some kind, you're guessing.
Do you have any way of breaking this open?
I'd rather open it the proper way. Do we see any knob, keyhole?
Make an investigation check.
Absolutely.
Omelet's great.
Just sitting by yourself and just eating.
24.
You see no means of egress. Yeah.
It's possible that if this is a door, opens from the other side.
Your impression is that there may be or was once a door there that has been sealed off from this side.
What if we break the door apart?
If we have the means to.
Your investigation then also reveals, since you mentioned breaking, not only is this metal, it is adamantine plate. Okay. That is incredibly, it was like the hardest metal.
I will
on Faerun.
Kind of rub it, brush some dust away, kind of feel it with my hand and give it a nice little wrap. Be like, oh, Aizen, this is adamantine. If we could get this off, this would be worth a pretty penny.
But how are we going to get it off? I know that adamantine is very, very tough metal. I say we'll probably just have to leave it for now. We need to be getting ready for the interviewees.
Yes.
Yes.
Coming.
All right. Let's head back.
So yes.
Okay. You go back inside.
Yep.
What do you guys do now?
Well, another thought occurred to me that the main foyer of the building probably has a lot of blood or black ichor of some sort in the...
Not really.
Not really?
There's a little bit here and there, but it's not like killing living persons would have...
I'm going to clean it.
Of the mansion already.
Yeah, I mean, unless somebody was really looking, they might just think it was more dirt.
I mean, it really just matches the aesthetic we're going for right now.
Terrifying, creepy, haunted mansion.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just going to clean up the main entrance.
Cool.
Getting ready.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Put on my armor.
Make it a little better. I'll throw down a towel and scoot my foot around to clean up some of the floor dust.
Floor dust.
Yeah. It's definitely very dusty in here. It's not filthy, but it's very clear no one's been living here for quite a while. So is that basically all you do until people start to arrive?
Yes, I will
just clean up around.
Leave a note outside on the door.
Okay.
It's going to be a magical note, literally engraved into the door. So, yes. So it'll just be pull out some tools from my tool belt, kind of mess around with the door a little bit, and whisper a message. Essentially, it says, "Acquisitions Incorporated interviews. Knock 5 times."
Okay.
I wonder if you could have put a spell on it to where it would open automatically.
Hopefully they're not illiterate.
Yeah. Do you set up a place to interview?
Yes,
do
so
you-
I will just drag one chair for myself
Okay.
into the
Into the foyer.
into the foyer.
Do the ultra power move and just move a table in there and one chair. You just sit there and stare him down.
So if nobody else has anything to do, close to...
I was about to say I would try to clean up the the ritual circle.
Yeah.
And I realized, crap, I shouldn't have used permanent ink.
Should have used a Sharpie. So at close to 11, probably about 10:50, you hear 5 knocks on the door.
I hope they don't find out about the zombie in the basement. I mumble to myself.
All right. Someone want to get the door?
I'll waddle over to the door in my nicest garb.
Mm-hmm.
Something that didn't smell bad.
Are we all going to be doing these interviews?
That's up to you guys.
It could be like a group interview.
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
I was
that's what I mean.
Like a board.
I'm really wondering what Lillith is doing.
Oh,
Are you participating in these interviews?
sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm still gnawing on my omelet.
All right.
Slow eater here.
So Pip, you open the door.
I'll swing the door open and I'll just stare up at whoever's there.
You see before you. Thanks for listening, everybody. Once again, I'm Peter Johnson, your host and Dungeon Master. If you like what we do, you can check out bit.ly/charisma check. That's where you can find a link to our Podbean account, and from there's links to our Instagram and other social media, and you can find our Patreon. If you really enjoy what we do, consider supporting us. You'll get lots of perks, like being able to join our Discord channel, having early access to material, getting access to my notes and things. It's a really great way to support us and help us keep doing what we're doing. We'll be recording, once again, when I return from vacation. Otherwise, we'll have some in the bank ready to go for you. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you next time.